Good morning, YouTube. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new here. So today is September 21st, and it is a Saturday, and it is the first day of what I'm counting as my vlog for this week. And I have been so busy. I didn't record it all yesterday. I think I did record it on Thursday, but I'm trying to think about how many weeks I am out right now. I think we're at 9. I believe we're at 9 weeks out from show. My lip is a mess, you guys. I woke up yesterday morning and my lip was just bleeding. There was like a dot of blood here, so I don't know. It's just a mess. I put some, anyways. That's why it looks like that. Nothing happened. It's just dry and cracked and chapped. So I had a late night last night, but for a very good reason. One of my cousins, one of those cousins who you grew up with, who's more like a sibling, especially if you are an only child, such as myself. And she's my oldest cousin that I grew up with. She's not my oldest cousin, but they live in Washington, of course. They lived in Washington their whole lives, she and her husband. And she was visiting Arizona for the first time in Tucson. And they drove up here to Phoenix to see me last night. And it was awesome. And we had a great time. And I love seeing them. And it means just a whole world to me that my family came to see me. I mean, truly. So I am on my way to the gym at 6:27 a.m. I had so much to do yesterday, including work and everything. I did not end up doing my core workout yesterday, so I'm adding that today. I actually only had a little over 5,000 steps when they left last night, which was around, I think it was around 9:30 or so. And then I had my daughter who lives not with me, and my granddaughter over, and my other daughter who does live with me and my granddaughter are helping her out today. And so I ended up taking them to my other daughter's apartment to spend the night. So I got a little peace and quiet, you guys. I got peace and quiet. It's empty in my apartment right now, and they're not coming back, I don't think, until tomorrow. So I needed the break. I needed the break to have some, like, you know, I won't be there by myself forever because I'm working later today, but I'll take it. It's very nice. Anyhow, I didn't get home till 10:30, and then I still had to get almost 4,000 steps in. And so the weather was nice enough. It was warm enough, but not too hot. I just got out of my car and did a couple laps around the parking lot, 2.5 laps, I think, to get steps in, which is way more enjoyable than the treadmill. It's just way less boring, and the time goes by faster. It wasn't easy per se, and then I didn't have time I was way too tired to do abs, do my core work. And so yeah, it was easier to just tack it on to today's workout. So yeah, it was just a very, very good night, and I think it's setting up to be a very good weekend. So I'm happy about that. I weighed in this morning. So yesterday morning I was 122.9. Did not get very good sleep, and I only had 10 minutes of cardio. I did my stomach vacuums and my restorative yoga in the morning before I went to the gym job at 5 a.m. So got that stuff out of the way this morning, and that was a pretty big jump. I don't remember how much, but that was a pretty big jump. I think I talked about this in the Thursday video from last week, but I think it was a pretty big jump from Wednesday. So on Tuesday I did foam rolling and stretching, and Wednesday my weight went down. I think that helped with inflammation. Then Wednesday I had a glutes day, and so for my check-ins on Thursday I didn't have that great of sleep. My weight shot up a little bit. So 122.9 yesterday morning. This morning 122.4, so it came down 0.5. And that's where I'm at right now. I don't want to make these videos too long, and I got to get in here and get this done so I can go home and kind of chill out a little bit. I have a lot of food to eat before I go to the gym because I think I want to just do one meal in the evening so I can eat it kind of early, and I'm starting at 2 p.m. So I need to get almost all of my food in except for one meal before 1:30, probably like 1:15 for drive time and everything. So yeah, gotta get started on the day. First of all, I burned myself. That's a pretty bad burn on the frying pan that I have to make food. But this little Fitbit watch, I don't know if you can see it, wristband. This little Fitbit wristband, I think you can see it. It is so cute. So my other one, the plain one, I don't know if you've noticed in videos when I got my hand up, it's like flopping around because this little thing guy fell off, and I don't know where it is. So I just ordered a 3-pack of these. There's a blue one just like this and a purpley one. that it came with, and with tax and everything, it was $13 for all 3 of them. And so I put that on yesterday, and it's making me happy too. And it's got 2 of those. So yeah, good deal. Off to work out. See you later. Good morning. It is Sunday, September 22nd at about 7:30 a.m. Pardon my makeup. My eyeliner's all rubbed off. It is because I had makeup on yesterday because I worked at the gym. And when I do that, I don't usually wash my makeup off at night just because it's not makeup, right? It's just eyeliner with some eyeshadow and mascara. I don't even have any eyebrow pencil left, so I wasn't wearing eyebrow pencil. And I will typically just kind of touch up the eyeliner before I go into the gym, but I didn't care today. And I've had to hide my makeup that I usually keep out on my bathroom counter because child has been using it, and so I had put it in my room. I didn't feel like going back into my room to get it, to fix it. Anyhow, weigh-in today was 121.9. Yesterday morning was 122.4. So that's come down again. I had a very non-standard meal plan yesterday. I'm following the exact one today. I was going to change it up and do sweet potatoes and stuff because I'm missing sweet potatoes. I haven't had any in a few days, but it wasn't working out. My fats are so high. I tried to figure everything out. I had the protein basically where I needed it and the carbs where I needed them, but I was still like 17 grams short on my fats, and that is a lot. And I was up to like 19 grams of saturated fat. I can't do that. So I just decided to go ahead and whatever, do the same meal plan from yesterday. It's easy and it works out good for my schedule because I'm working again, same hours as yesterday. So, not much of an update. I am behind on posting my last week's video, and I don't know when this one's going to be coming up. I am moving, of course, and I'm really tired of talking about how delayed I am and how busy I am because I've said it a billion times. I don't need to go reiterate it again. So today I have a push workout. I have done my stomach vacuums. I will do 15 minutes of medium intensity steady state cardio. I had glutes workout yesterday. I skipped abs on Friday, so I did abs yesterday. And I wasn't thinking I recorded yesterday, but I did. So I think I said this yesterday. I thought I skipped today, but it's only Sunday. I don't know. I was thinking it's Monday. Anyhow, I've had a regular coffee a while ago. I actually sat down to eat breakfast and turned on YouTube, breakfast was my pre-workout meal, which I knew was a bad idea because I ate at 6 o'clock. It's 7:30 now. It's going to be quite a bit till I get done with this workout and can eat again. I even put a decaf in here. So I've been drinking a decaf because I still want plain water. I don't know. I mean, I'm drinking plain water, obviously, but I wanted something extra and can't do more caffeine yet. So one thing I've been noticing about my cousin is that, so yesterday my cousin and I were texting and she brought over, I don't know if I said this, but she brought over all these vegan treats for snacking on Friday. And so I got to eat some of that. I got to eat Cocoyo, which is really good. And it's called Nuts for Cheese Vegan Black Garlic. It's like a cheese spread. Very good. I'm going to have that again today on rice cakes. On rice cakes yesterday, of course, it's the same thing. Well, the Cocoyo only has 2 servings in it. My coach suggested it to me earlier this year, but when I looked at it, it's like $6 for 2 servings, and I'm not spending that much money on yogurt every day. So there's less than 1 serving left of the Cocoyo. So at this point, I've just cut it in half. Let me rewind a little bit. When I was trying to figure out this meal plan, my saturated fats were already up to 19. And again, I still had to get like 17 more fats in. I'm not eating a bunch of coconut oil and having like 30 grams of saturated fat. That's ridiculous. So when I copied over my meals in FitnessPal from yesterday over to today, and I went ahead and adjusted the Cocoyo down to a half a serving because I knew that wasn't that much left in there. And when I went to go back to see where my macros were at for the day, the saturated fat dropped by 3. So there's a lot of saturated fat in Cocoyo. There's a lot of saturated fat. They always say just because vegan doesn't make it healthy, which is true. And I think there's a lot of saturated fat in vegan stuff. So I'm happy about that. I'm not going to. The Cocoyo does taste really good, but there's a reason for that. It's all the fats. So I'm going to supplement that with the Fage 2% yogurt that I have, the plain yogurt. Yeah, it's going to be a good day of eating. I got to get in here and get this done because it is late. I got to cram a lot of food in before I leave at 1:30. Well, I'm not going to leave at 1:30, but I got to cram a lot of food before 1:30 p.m. because I will be getting ready to leave to go to work to start at 2. Okay, So there's that. So texting my cousin yesterday, I was telling her how good the cocoa was, because she's like, oh, it's so good. And also the cheese spread. And we took pictures. She had her husband take pictures of us on the couch before they left. And I asked her for a picture, and she hasn't sent me it. I asked her to send me one of those pictures. She hasn't sent me one yet. And she was like, oh, the pictures weren't that good. I was trying to put a filter on them first. And I told her, you know, don't worry about it, because I'm not going to share it for one thing. I just want the picture of us. You know what I mean? And it's funny, I was just thinking this morning, like, I don't care. I could have said, I didn't say this, but I could have said, you know, one thing about being in prep for a show is I don't give a shit what I look like half the time. So I don't put filters on my pictures and stuff anyways. I haven't. Before I was in prep, I just don't use filters, because I don't see a reason to. But now in prep, I really don't see a reason to, right? Like, I don't care. But anyhow, that led me to the thought of explaining things for a prep and for bodybuilding, because this is such a big part of my life. I'm so much into it. And when people ask me how's my diet going and stuff, I will start to go on, or they don't understand macros, I'm trying to explain macros and stuff. I start explaining like, oh, and this is how much I'm eating and whatever. My coach had me on this, and now she has me on this and stuff. And I love that data. I love looking at the data, hearing that data. I love hearing other people's data, just because it's what I'm into. But people who are not into bodybuilding and stuff don't care. And after a while, I can see their eyes like glazing over. And it was kind of like the way with my cousin on Friday and her husband. And then also on Friday earlier, I had a team meeting at work, and we were just kind of chit-chatting in the beginning of the meeting. And I ended up segueing into kind of talking about it a little bit too. Not as much as I usually do, not those details, but I was kind of explaining stuff. And it's kind of the same. I mean, I just know, like, when I'm done talking afterwards, I'm just like, oh my God, I said too much. I went on too long. I know I am boring people to tears. So yeah. So, you know, I love listening to like-minded people who are into this, into fitness, prepping, bodybuilding, whatever, because we're kind of on the same page. And I don't know people like that closely. Right. So anyhow, that said, my director at my full-time job, we have one-on-ones, and we had a one-on-one scheduled last week, and I know at least one of my team members was able to get their one-on-one scheduled. Mine keeps getting pushed out, so because of scheduling issues, it got pushed out again until Monday. And a lot of times in the one-on-ones, it's just, you know, talking about personal stuff too. And I kind of thought, like, because it was after this, and it wasn't after the team meeting, but I don't know, something just crossed my mind, like, my director's probably tired of hearing me talk about that stuff too. So he's like, oh, let me just push her out, because she's going to be talking about all this bodybuilding stuff and I don't care. I don't know. So this is something I was thinking about today. Anyway, thought I'd say that because I feel amused. I feel amused by that. I don't know. Yeah, that's all I got. So I will not be back on here this afternoon. Got too much to do. But I will definitely be on tomorrow after check-ins to give an update on all the things that we give updates for check-ins. See you later. Morning. It is Monday, September 23rd, and it is late for me, about 6:35 in the morning. I'm just heading to the gym for a glute workout. This morning was a struggle. Usually I turn my AC or whatever temperature down to 75 for nighttime to go to sleep. And I like it at a comfortable 79 or 80 during the day. Cooler temperatures help you sleep. And so I put it down to 75. Well, last night I didn't do it. And so we slept in 80 degrees, and I don't think it made me sleep. I don't think it made me sleep longer. It may have, but because I've been up since 4:22, but it did just made me move very, very slow today. So I'm getting a slow start. I did my check-ins already. I haven't had a response yet. I weighed 122.2. It's a little up from yesterday. I actually forgot what I weighed yesterday. I think it's almost a pound up. Not sure why. I stuck to everything. I don't know if maybe the extra things that I'm adding are starting to contribute a little bit to some water weight or some water retention. I'm kind of just enjoying what I'm eating. I think I mentioned that my cousin brought over my cousins are vegan, and so they brought over a bunch of vegan snacks on Friday, and I have been eating some of what they brought. I've been working into my macros. So, I mean, that stuff I'm just going to keep in until I don't want to waste it. It's almost gone. It'll be gone in a few days. So I'm not going to worry about it. I'm not stressing myself too much during this moving week. So that's kind of what I wanted to come on and talk about a little bit before I update you with my protocols, check-in protocols. And I am working 4 days this week. I have Friday off. That's my first day off for the whole following week to move. And Still haven't started packing yet. I don't think I'm going to until maybe Thursday night. I will try to put some stuff away. I will be babysitting my granddaughter while my daughter works. And then in the morning, early morning, I have to work for a few hours, get abs and stuff done, and then I will come home and just get to packing. And then I'm working at Jim's next Saturday and Sunday again, and so I don't know how much packing I'll get done then. But Monday is when I get the keys to the new apartments. The movers don't come till Tuesday, and so I will be doing most of the packing on next Monday in 1 week. Yeah, so I'm got, as far as I know, I have 15 minutes of medium intensity steady state cardio. Some of these car alarms going off. I'm not sure if you can hear that. Yeah, that's what I have right now, 15 minutes. So I'm planning on doing that in the afternoon. If it gets lowered, maybe it'll just be 10 minutes, but we'll see. I'm gonna go in here and get this done, and I'll come back later and update you with my check-in results. Bye. Hey y'all, what is up? It is still Monday, September 23rd. It is 4:30 in the afternoon. I'm at long last going to get my shoulder nails removed. Cannot wait. Update from protocols. We didn't change anything. So I am currently sitting at 210 carbs, 70 grams of fats, 145 grams of protein. And she says we're looking a bit fuller, finally. I only could see that a little bit, but I am fine. I did not actually want my food raised up any longer. It's hard for me to keep up with all the fats because I'm not a fats girl, I'm carbs. I honestly would much prefer to be down at like 55 grams of fats and have the rest of it in carbs. So, but I'm just going with coach's protocols because I think my body does better on carbs than fats, but I also don't know. So, and she's had me up to 70 grams of fats before, so I'm not really concerned about it right at this moment because of what I'm eating. However, I will be, after I move, next Thursday, will be 8 weeks out from the 11/23 show, and I am going to need to tighten it up a bit. So I've been eating a lot of vegan stuff, which is cheeses and things, and they are pretty high sodium. So, and I'll have to cut dairy out. So I've just been having a little bit of yogurt, Greek yogurt here and there. And so I'll be cutting that out. I'll be cutting my spices way back because I've just been kind of going ham on spices. So I want to take all that back. I am concerned about the high fats that I need because those cheeses are helping me tremendously. Almond butter and avocado can only go so far with fats, and I am not going to be eating much coconut oil because of the saturated fats. Again, I'm not going to brush my hair right now with that. So I am concerned about how I'm going to get those fats in. I don't know how. I can easily get carbs in, but we'll see. I was struggling this morning. I was on the struggle bus. Wasn't sure if it was like PMS cravings again, because I'm like, I was getting hangry. I think maybe it wasn't. I don't know. And once I ended up eating a little bit more, it was better. My mood got better, but I had to eat a lot of my food before that happened. And I'm thinking now it may be due to the fact that I didn't have cardio. So my cardio is down to 15 minutes, and I just went ahead and did it this afternoon. But that means, you know, I don't have the cardio in the morning, and I think that I really need that activity. You know, it's like how you're more hungry on rest days. You can be, a lot of us are. I am, for sure. I think maybe that's what's happening. I do feel better. I had to go to Sprouts and get a single Zevia. I still don't trust myself to get the big ones. I've had more stevia than I need to. That's the other thing I'm going to button up at 8 weeks. Get back on my stevia. They're not supposed to be, you know, my few drinks of stevia. Servings of stevia a day. And yeah, it was rough this morning. Just my whole mood and attitude. I don't think it's PMS. I don't think it's more PMS cravings. I think it's just, I don't know. Again, probably not getting the activity in the morning to suppress my appetite and get me going. It's something that I need, you know. I'm going after this to Trader Joe's to get brown rice medley, which is frozen because I want to introduce rice back in, and look for some black garlic because I've been out of that for a while. And I also need to go to Walmart and get some things out of spinach. out of Gerber baby rice. I think there were a couple other things I don't recall right now. I have them in my little notes in my iPhone, my little list. And so I'll be getting that stuff and then really just going home and eating my final meal of today, which isn't a whole lot. I'm looking forward to it though. Basically tilapia, the rice, and almond butter and asparagus. Sounds very good. I was pretty tired too about an hour ago while I was working. And I thought, well, I don't know if I'm gonna do this nail thing after work, because at this point I feel like just going to lay down on my bed and taking a nap. And I may very well get up from this desk when my shift is done. Or when I'm done working, it's not a shift, but, and just go lay down. But I got out of that. I have been filling up on liquids today to kind of mitigate how I've been feeling about the food. So I have had, this morning I have had I think 5 coffees altogether. I did not cheat on my coffee. I had my 2 teaspoons of coffee before my pre-workout, and then I grabbed a decaf to take with me just for some flavor. And then before I left, I put another teaspoon in there because I'm like, well, there's 3. I don't really need a whole bunch of caffeine in the afternoon just to do 15 minutes of cardio. So that helped me out through my workout. And I have plyometrics on my glutes workout from this morning, so I need more energy to be jumping around and shit. So I had all that. I had tea this morning, which I put stevia in. I've had 2 sparkling waters. I ended up putting stevia in one of those. I've had the Zevia, and I had more tea just a little bit ago, with which I've put in nut pods, coffee creamer nut pods that I've had in there for a while. Not expired till October, so they're good. It's good in tea. It was vanilla cinnamon tea. So I put that, yeah, I just put that in the tea because my fats need to be brought up. I still need 2 more fats. This is why I'm saying it's hard for me to get the fats in. So anyways, I'm pretty full right now, but I think it's mostly off of liquids. The other thing I'm having a hard time with is keeping my fiber intake down now that I'm eating so many carbs, because I eat so many fiber rich things. And I'm planning I try to plan my meals for tomorrow, which is going to be just my foam rolling and that whole day, no weight training. And I'm very low on carbs, and the things that I'm picking: oats, the brown rice medley, the lavash bread. I took sweet potato out, but it didn't really help a lot. But it's keeping my fiber up there, you guys. It's like at 32 or something, and I don't. It's okay. I think it can stay at 32. I'm supposed to be getting in between 30 and 35 grams. So I don't want to go over 35. At one point I was adding stuff and I looked on there and it was like at 36 grams of fiber, and I thought, oh no, we can't have that. And I still had a ton of carbs to add, so we gotta cut that down. So anyways, this video is almost 10 minutes, so I just thought I'd get on and give you my protocols as promised and go in here and get all this stuff done. And I will pick this camera doohickey thing back up some other time, sometime this week. Bye. Good morning. It is Tuesday, September 24th, and I'm in my apartment's bathroom at 8:43 in the morning. So about last night, got my nails taken off. Went to Trader Joe's, got brown rice medley and black garlic. Went to Walmart's and got spinach, foggy yogurt 5% to try and get some extra fats in. My meal plan until I can't do dairy anymore for a couple of weeks, and a couple other things, I forget. So, went back out to my car, low energy, tired, hungry. It had been over 4 hours since I'd eaten. Oh, I got asparagus. I needed to go home and eat my last meal. And as soon as I started my car, the steering wheel locked halfway around and all of the little lights were flashing. I had zero idea what was going on. I don't know cars. I don't care about cars. I buy new cars so I don't have to deal with old car bullshit. And yeah. So I sat there in the car for probably a good 10 minutes before I decided to, I don't know, I was weeping. I was already weeping because I was already low energy and kind of lugging myself through the store. And I was just like, I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what this car needs. I don't know what it wants. I don't know what the problem is. Yeah, so I went to reach for my owner's manual in the glove compartment box. All I found were little manuals on the infotainment system. I don't know where my Kia auto manual is, but I couldn't find it. I don't know. So, and I have nobody around here to help me with that kind of stuff. So, yeah. So sitting there being extra frustrated. I mean, you had no idea. I was so frustrated. And you know, I already had the whole day where I was just kind of in that kind of mood anyways. And I started Googling things, trying to find out what the problem could be. That wasn't very helpful. So anyways, it finally started saying that the car fob battery the key wasn't being detected. Okay, so I Googled that. I found out how to change the battery in the key fob and headed back into the store to get a little battery. And I was like so frustrated by this point, and I kept standing there at the little battery center and watching the video, and the guy was like, oh, you need a flathead screwdriver, and then once you get in here there's these little screws and you need to get a small enough screwdriver. So headed back to the section for tools. Couldn't find the tools, had to find somebody. Very frustrating. Finally got this one of these mini hammers that's got a little unscrewable handle with screwdrivers inside of it. And oh my God, I was looking at one, I untwisted the knob. I was looking at it, I was like, okay, I mean, I guess this will do, right? I went to go put it back and the little knobby thing fell up under the shelf. So by this time, a guy had come looking at something and he was standing there with a cart, and I'm just like, why is this dude here? Like, I don't need somebody standing right next to me while I'm having these issues. And then I was looking for that little knobby thing and I got frustrated and I dropped my key fob and it went up under the shelf. So all like halfway up under the shelf. So I had to get down on my hands and knees, reach up under there for that. It was all dusty under there. And I just put that hammer back and grabbed one that was intact and took off, bought those things, get out to the car. It is very hard to get the little casing apart. So that took a while. That took a while to figure out how to get it apart, right? I'm like, I think I'm gonna break it or whatever. Then I go to take the batteries out of the package and I couldn't get the batteries out. They have them like encased in plastic. I couldn't get it. I tried one for several minutes. I couldn't get it out, so I just moved to the next one, and it was still a problem. It took me forever to get those out. I mean, by this time I was like starting to cry a little bit. I got the battery all changed. I got the key fob put back together, and didn't work. Car was completely dead because of, I guess, I don't know, I fucked around with it while the lights were still going on. So then I got extra frustrated. I opened my car door, I stood outside, and I kind of bent down over the seat, and I did start crying. Because I didn't know what to do. So I figured battery's dead. Okay, got myself together. I have a Kia, so I looked up Kia roadside assistance. I've had my car for over 3 years and I've never needed that, so I wasn't really sure what to do. So that went well. That didn't take very long to set that up, but then it was like, oh, your wait time is about 60 to 90 minutes. Okay, so frustrated. It was so late at night at this point. Basically, I needed to get home and eat and all of that. I was just hungry. Again, before I even did the roadside assistance thing, I got back in my car and sat there for a while and actually like cried. I was just sitting there crying. Basically, yeah, at that point I was like 60, 90 minutes. I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna go and eat. There's a restaurant nearby and I started to walk to the restaurant. And I was like, I'm just gonna go here and have a good meal and whatever, sit here while I'm waiting. And then I thought, okay, I turned halfway back around and I was like, you know what, don't do that. I don't need to spend a bunch of money on a freaking meal, first of all. Second of all, I'm concerned that if I do that, I will order alcohol, which I don't need on Monday night when I got all this going on and I need to, yeah, I just didn't need that. So I turned around, went back into Walmart and just bought a bunch of shit to eat. Yeah, got a couple of glazed donuts, old-fashioned donuts. I bought a big like 6 count package of the white chocolate macadamia nut cookies. I grabbed some popcorn chicken. I grabbed a turkey deli meat with cheese wrap. I grabbed a chicken egg roll. Oh, and then they had these caramel covered like pretzel thins, like strips, and they were drizzled in chocolate. I grabbed those too. At this point, and I had to pee, so I actually I went into the Walmart and used the restroom first. I could not get all that stuff that I wanted to get out there fast enough to eat it, you guys, like seriously. I went and sat in my car to wait, and I just grubbed. So I ended up eating both the donuts. I only had one of the cookies. The cookies were good, but they were kind of like, I don't know, it's almost like not baked in the middle. So I ended up only eating one of those. And I have those pretzel things, and I went down the popcorn chicken, and I ate, I think, half of the turkey deli. But then I realized, oh, there's cheese in here. I haven't been really eating that much dairy, so I kind of took a piece of the cheese, and I didn't finish that because I was worried about my stomach. That's funny, right? Like, I'm eating all this shit, and a little piece of cheese is what makes me worry about my stomach. Yeah, and I didn't eat all of everything except for the 2 old-fashioned donuts that are pretty good. And I actually forgot about the egg roll. I forgot the egg roll was in there. Well, the assistants came quickly, a lot more quickly than they said they were. Got the battery started. Got back home. I was just like, hey, I mean, it was the perfect storm. It was the perfect storm. I'm not really sure if I had not had but the challenging day that I had already, I don't think that I would have done all that. But, you know, perfect storm. It just happened. Hello, I'm back on Wednesday, September 25th. It is about 1:07 in the afternoon. I'm headed to Sprouts to get a Zevia, 1 single can of Zevia, because I want one. I don't know how to act with a whole carton of them at this point, so I'm not going to get a whole carton. I'll end up drinking 2 or 3 of them in one day. So last night I recorded a little bit about how I was feeling, and I'm not going to use that clip just because I just want to add some things. And I know how I was feeling still, because I was kind of still feeling it this morning. So I started feeling badly. I was getting really pissed off at myself about having that binge the other night. I started thinking about, I didn't need to do that. You know what I mean? I could have gotten through it. I could have just, what I should have done first of all, and I do this a lot, is when I feel like I want to eat something that I shouldn't be eating or off plan, then off the plan that I have for myself, I'll just think about the meals that I have coming up and kind of, just, remember what they taste like and how much I'm going to look forward to having them. Well, I didn't do that at all the other night, and I was actually looking forward to that meal, so I should have tried that first. And then, either way, I kind of had it in perspective yesterday, because I thought, I'm in reverse. We're not trying to cut fat right now, so it could work out very well or it could work out fine. It could be fine. It could work out good. Either way, I don't think it's going to derail me physically. And, right, like, that's kind of important or whatever. But last night, I got to thinking, that's not why. There is disappointment in myself with letting myself actually have that mindset and be okay with that as an option. That's what I wanted to do. Now, I was having a hard time, like, trying not to beat myself up about it, because when it comes down to it, again, it could physically be fine. It could physically work out great. In fact, so far, it hasn't done a lot, and I'll get to that in a minute. But that's really not the point. I am in a prep, and most of the vlogs, prep vlogs I have watched over the last 4 or 5 years, competitors are cutting fat, right? They're cutting fat, their macros are going down, cardio's going up. And I do know, obviously, there are competitors that feed into a show that need to, and I guess I'm kind of doing that. But I never really thought that would be something that would be what I'm doing. So for me, my mind just associates prep with cutting and your macros going lower. So for me to be in a reverse while I'm prepping is not really clicking. So I think it made it harder for me to kind of stick to what I was doing, because in the past I wasn't a competitor, so I wasn't in off season. I was, lifestyle, basically, thinking about competing. And if I went off the rails one night just because something happened, I didn't have a problem with that. I could be upset about it, like, maybe if I went too overboard or something, but for the most part, I wouldn't be mad. And I actually, it wouldn't bother me. So it wouldn't bother me as much. No, I don't know how, I guess I'm explaining that as if I had a kind of an emotional issue, because I know I'm an emotional eater, always have been, that when I'm kind of in the moment, and it's not a good thing to use, kind of food to cope with that or whatever. But when I notice, I have cat hair all over my black leggings. I'm just noticing that. I keep a lint roller, tape roller on my table by my door with like my keys and stuff, and I didn't know this. So great, that's interesting. Anyhow, yeah, I kind of like justify, oh well, I was feeling like this, and so it's fine, you know, I'm not, there's no reason I need to like stick to this, you know what I mean? And then I get back on track the next day and it's fine. Well, I don't feel like that in a prep because I'm trying to stick to what I need to stick to, right? And that's because I've done the one show. I am now doing the second show. After this show, and I'm about 95% sure that I'm doing this show, okay? After this show, I don't know when I'm gonna do another show. So I only have this one chance, you know, like right now, basically. It could be a very long time until I compete again. It could be 2026, I don't know. It's very important to me that I stick to what I need to stick to the plan, and don't go off the script, right? And it could be just that, I mean, in that moment, I was so upset and tired, and I just felt like I just couldn't take it anymore, you know? And I noted to my coach, I've written out my check-in for the most part for tomorrow. I noted to my coach that I felt like, unfortunately, you know, because I had said that I was crying, right? I was standing outside in the parking lot crying, and I pretty much, my mood improved immediately. Like, I got out the car and I started walking, and I was like, I'm good. And I think that is that. The fact that thinking that actually stopped my problem, made the problem better for the moment, because I don't want it to be like that. Yeah, so that's just how I was feeling last night and this morning. I don't know now that it could be that I was closer to, or rather last night I was further away from how it actually went down on Monday night. And so I felt, maybe just at this point, I feel like that was stupid. You totally could have just stuck to the plan. You could have just waited. And I could have, that guy came within 30 minutes. I mean, I could have just, if it was 30 minutes, if I knew it was going to be 30 minutes, I could have held on. I would have held on. It's just that stinking ETA they gave me did me in. I think maybe yesterday morning I knew what I was going through, and that kind of lessened as the day went on, and I got more and more disappointed in myself and really kind of pissed off. And then I decided to message my coach about it. So Monday night, I thought about messaging her and telling her, and then I just thought, what's the point? There's a section on my Thursday check-in that says to put that on there if you missed meals or went off track, had a treat, extra meal or whatever. I'll just put it on there. And so I've done that, and I'll get back on track. And then for whatever reason, yesterday, I thought, well, and I was fairly certain that was the way to go. But last night I felt like I'm just going to go ahead and tell her now. Yeah, so that's how I was feeling, and I was kind of feeling like this morning. And I honestly thought she was going to be super disappointed with me, right? I just did. I don't know why. But she's very, very, very supportive. She's like, you know, it's understandable. She was very, very cheery about it. You know, we'll just assess on Thursday and see what's going on with you and whatever. And if you would like, we can talk about how to manage stressful situations. I told her, absolutely, you know, thanks for understanding. And yeah, and so she's great about it. So I'm happy about that. And things are better now. I actually got into the dealership this morning, got my car battery changed, and I feel normal again. I am very lost without a vehicle. I had no vehicle yesterday, obviously. And I'm also now trying to remember the wins that I had, okay? So, you know, I laid out yesterday all the stuff that I ate. But first of all, when I was walking towards the restaurant, I stopped and turned around because I felt like I'm going to get, I don't know if I said this before, I might get a glass of wine while I'm in here, and I did not want to do that. So that's the biggest reason I turned around and went just back into Walmart to get snacks to eat, right? Because I didn't want to, besides the cost, right? I didn't want to risk drinking alcohol and making it worse, because I did not need alcohol. I'm gonna restart this camera. Okay, I'm restarting just because it's 107 degrees in Phoenix and the light kind of went dim. I think it's might be getting a little bit heated up there. That is a win. It is also a win for me that I bought that big 6-pack of bakery cookies, and that I only ate like one and a half of it. So that's how I was feeling last night. It's how I'm feeling this morning, is better for having gotten my coach's response, and I still don't feel great about it. I still feel like I could have handled it better. And so I just didn't use strategies that I know I've used before. I just didn't. I just gave up. I don't want to give up again. So moving on from that, I weighed in at 124.8 today, I believe. Yeah, 125.1 yesterday, 124.8 today, and then 122.2 Monday morning. But as I see in a lot of British vloggers' YouTubes, we move. So that's what's happening. I'm moving on. I'm about to go in here and get my Zevia at Sprouts, and then I am going over to find a Whole Foods to return a couple of things. Accidentally ordered Brita water filters. I ordered 2 boxes. Again, accidentally. And then I have a battery charger. I was going to try to charge the battery overnight, and then I just decided, no, it needs to be replaced. Evidently, it's lasted pretty long. I've had it for I've had this car for a little over 3 years. Batteries in Phoenix, Arizona, don't last as long as they're supposed to, and I knew that, but I guess it's more like 1 to 2 years or something like that. I don't know. So it went pretty far, and it's obviously deader than doornail dead. The guy who started the car on Monday night said it was at 6.1, and that the battery was supposed to be up at 14 level. And then the guy who came and jump started this morning so I could take it to the dealership said it was at 4.4. So it was 0% on his little reading that he gave me, 0% chance of it being recharged and staying charged. It needs to be replaced. So I am returning the charger because it's $32, and I don't need it. And I don't need a second box of Brita water filters at this point either. So one less thing to move, you know what I'm saying? Okay, so I will be back on tomorrow to give an update for my Thursday check-in and what the protocols are, what the results are of being 2 days removed from the incident, and I will see. Okay, actually back real quick. Got a Zevia cream soda. It's pretty good. I wanted to say something else too, which I forgot. Also counting as a win the fact that I got my workout done yesterday, because I immediately and did half my workout out, which I was able to do for glutes, and then after work, I went ahead and I think it was about 6 p.m., 6:30, about 6 p.m. I went ahead and walked to a mile to the gym. I was pretty tired because it was hot outside. Walked a mile to the gym, took me just under 30 minutes, and I need to get steps in anyways. My step count was very low, so that had to be done anyways, getting the steps in. And then I finished my lower body workout. I did all that, and then I did my 15 minutes of cardio. I was pretty tired, but by that point, I was pretty tired. And then I called for a Lyft and spent $9 to get back home and had my dinner. It was pretty late. It was like 8 o'clock or something like that. So I'm counting that as a win as well, that it was kind of a challenge to get my workout in, but I did it anyways. Yeah, now that's the end, and I'm headed to Whole Foods. See you tomorrow, the afternoon. So just coming on for updates. So I got protocols back from Coach. Okay, first of all, weighed in at 124.1. That was 0.7 lower than yesterday. So weight's coming back down. The Monday's weight again was 122.2, so I'm still up about 2 pounds from that. Good news is Coach says we are still in a very good place. So I had no updates to macros or cardio today. So we're going good. We're going well. I sent a very long check-in to her, and she responded with a longest check-in as well. And she said she was proud of me, gave me props for actually doing the check-in today because, you know, with how I'm feeling and everything, and having the little incident. And so that was very sweet. There was no danger that I was not going to check in, though. I mean, there just wasn't. The only check-in I missed was the Monday check-in after the show when I was sick, and the only reason I didn't check in was because I was sick and could not get out of bed. I got contacts and everything. That was literally the only reason. I wouldn't have cared what the scale said. That's the update for today. Kind of feeling pretty good. This is my last day of work until October 7th, which is on Monday. So I have tomorrow off, and I have all next week off to move, and I would just love to snap my fingers and get the move done. I was telling people today that I typically will have my lease end in July or August when it's super hot. And so I have been over the last couple of years signing longer leases, 13 months, 14 months, to try and get my leases to end in around October or so. And that's what happened this time. And the first time that it happens, of course, we get a freaking heat wave where it's 108, 109, I think, all week. Like, what is the point? I mean, that's so frustrating. So anyhow, I don't think I have any other updates, and that's all for today. I just want to come in and say all that to make sure that I got it on record, and I'll see y'all later. Hi, good morning. It is Saturday, September 28th, the day before my youngest daughter's birthday. She's turning 21 tomorrow. Big, exciting. She doesn't live here, so she'll be partying with her friends in Texas. Anyhow, it is the first day of my 9 weeks out from my next show, and I have not been editing any videos. I have been so busy doing things. I haven't had time. Even when I have had time, I haven't wanted to do it. So I am hoping to get back and finish I'm about 3 weeks behind now. I'm hoping to get back and finish my next upload from like 2 weeks ago, right? I started it, so I don't know how much I have left to do. I really don't have time to do it, but I'm getting nervous about getting behind on these videos. So there you have it. Feeling pretty good this morning. It is only 5 o'clock in the morning. That's why it's so dark. I am actually sitting out in front of the gym right now. And let's see, updates. I weighed in today at 123.9. And that is about 2 pounds up from my predicted stage weight, we'll say 122. And I'm feeling pretty good about that. I think I'm in a good spot still. Of course, my coach did tell me we are in a good spot this past Thursday. So I've just moving, moving next week. I'm picking up keys to the new apartment on Monday. I'm not officially out of my current apartment until Friday, so I have plenty of time to get things done. It's just that I'm doing other things, right? I'm still working my part-time job tonight. I'm working part-time job tomorrow morning. So I don't plan on doing much packing at all today. Yesterday I had a day off from my full-time job, and on all next week too. And I did work at the gym for 3 hours yesterday morning. So yesterday I was pretty tired because I went to bed about 9 on Saturday or Thursday night, which wasn't too bad, but I haven't been able to sleep again in the morning. And I don't know, guys, for those of you, one of you who have mentioned maybe it's perimenopause, and I thought of that as well. And I was watching Fit at 50, I think, Cindy, yesterday, watching on her videos, and she was talking about perimenopause and menopause and not being able to sleep in the morning. And I'm thinking maybe that is my issue. That could be what's going on with me. She's taking peptides to combat that. So I'm not. I am taking Myocalm and I think I said this before, but New Ethics Liposomal Relax. So I took 2 Myocalms and 2 droppers full of the Relax a couple of days ago when I first got it. Or was that Monday night? That was Monday night. And I woke up the next morning, next couple of mornings I did that. 2 nights in a row I did that. The next couple of mornings I woke up and I felt kind of groggy. So I decided on Thursday to lower half the dosage and just do 1 Myocalm, 1 droppers full of the Relax. And I don't know, Friday morning it did not work. Now, I will say that I have to get to the gym very early, and so my alarm goes off at 3:30 in the morning, and I knew I was going to come right home. I was supposed to come right home and start packing. And so I think maybe in anticipation of that, I just kind of woke up before the alarm and just couldn't go back to sleep because I didn't feel safe going back to sleep because, you're up for once you can be awake really early in the morning, if you go back to sleep, sometimes it's like, okay, 2 hours is gone all of a sudden. And I couldn't afford that to happen. So anyways, yesterday morning, I woke up about 1:30, I think. Didn't really go back to sleep. It said that I woke up about 2:30, but it also said that I got less than 5 hours sleep, about 4 hours and 45 minutes of sleep. Not ideal. So I went to bed. Yeah, I went to bed at 9. So it was just not good sleep. I took the full dosage, 2 and 2 last night, and so I'm feeling a lot better this morning. So yesterday my weight was 126 something, and it really goes to show how important sleep is when it comes to your weigh-ins and everything, because that's pretty high, right? So the morning of this past Monday, the morning of the breakdown and little binge that I had because of my car, I was 122.2. The next morning after the binge, I was 125 something. And then the next day I was 124 something. It just went down a little bit every single day until yesterday, 126 point, whatever. And I've been on track for 4 days. And so I've been back on track for 3 days. And, my weight shot up with less sleep and being on track. My weight shot up higher than it did the night after I had a little binge fest. So I don't know what that tells you. It helps, of course, that it is obvious that my body is in like high metabolism gear and is just eating up a lot of the carbs and whatever. So I mean, I'm not gonna lie, that I'm sure that does help. As far as, I can't think of the word, minimizing the weight gain from overeating. So I guess that's the name of the game, right? As long as you get right back on track. Because if you have a couple of nights like that, if I had a couple of nights like that, or 3 nights or whatever, would have been bad news bears. So anyhow, that's where I'm at. It is, see, 5:10 right now. And here's the thing, I've been having this breakfast. I don't know, well, I've had it a couple of times. I've had it 2 days in a row now, and I've had it a few times before. It's very weird. I'll throw a picture up here, but I love peanut butter. I love PB2, and I've had PB2 left over from before I started with my coach in February. I hadn't been eating it at all. I can eat it because it doesn't have artificial sugars or anything. I just prefer to stick with almond butter because I love peanut butter too much, and I didn't want the peanut butter flavor anywhere near me, in case I want to go overboard on it, because almond butter is very good, but I've said this before, it's not as addictive to me as peanut butter is. Anyhow, well, what I've been doing is I have my little Snyder's of Hanover sourdough pretzel bites, and I've been making little cereal bowls. So I take 15 grams of PB2, make it pretty watery, and then take a serving of the pretzels and put it in that kind of like peanut butter milk. It seems really weird, but for me, it's really good. To me, it's really good. So I took a picture of it to show you guys what that looks like. I just had that this morning, and I also had 4 thin rice cakes and 15 grams of honey for my pre-workout. The only thing with this is that there's protein in it. So I'm not supposed to be eating protein with my pre-workout. I think that's if you are working out within an hour of eating, okay, for it to be more fast digesting. So 12 grams of protein is a lot, but I thought by the time I get into the gym, it's probably gonna be over an hour. So I finished eating about 4:20, 4:21, not quite an hour, 5:11. It'll be close enough. I think it'll be fine. And anyways, it's a really, really good breakfast for me. So a lot coming up this week. We will decide officially if I'm doing the show after this week. And I now have 2 of my daughters coming again with me to Anaheim, both flying in. One from San Francisco, one from Dallas, and we're gonna do a little road trip. And I have told them that in the event that we do not do the show or it gets canceled for some reason, we'll still go on a road trip. And I'm thinking we'll just head over to San Diego, because why not? It'll be fun with those 2, and hang out with the, get some nice family time with the children that do not live in my area. So yeah, so we're going to do, this is the weekend before Thanksgiving, and we're going to go ahead and do early Thanksgiving that weekend. On that Sunday. So if we're in Anaheim, we'll drive back that morning, Sunday morning, and have the Thanksgiving that evening. And it's really same for San Diego. Yeah, same for San Diego. If we end up there, but we'll be in California that weekend. So that's kind of all the updates. Again, I haven't been on here recording or anything. I don't know how much I'm going to record this week at all, but I do plan on at least updating you guys with my protocols for check-ins on Mondays and Thursdays. And what else can I say? I don't know. I guess, so today my plans, I can talk about my plans today, to do glutes. I have glute workouts. I have 15 minutes of cardio. I'm going to do that, get that knocked out before I leave, and then eat, of course. I start my gym job at 2, so, and I will take 1 meal with me, and so I have 4 meals to eat before I leave. 4 meals to eat at about, before about 1:30 or so. It's a lot of food, and it's good because it keeps me, I don't know, it just keeps me happy, I guess, throughout the day. But yeah, I'm gonna do the cardio here before I leave because I want to get home again and get that other video edited as much as possible, and I don't have to break to go do cardio. It's kind of chaos in my apartment. I did start packing a lot yesterday, but there's still a good deal amount to do. But I mean, there's only so much you can do at some point, I don't have, my plans right now are to, after tomorrow afternoon, to come home and do some more packing probably. I got very low energy last night. I will say that last night. So yesterday, Friday, was just abs and 10 minutes of cardio, and restorative yoga completely slipped my mind. I was thinking this morning. When did I do yoga? I feel like I haven't done it. And I thought it's Fridays. I completely forgot to do it. So I'm just gonna do it tonight after work. And after work tomorrow, I'm picking up the keys on Monday again. Movers don't come till Tuesday. So Sunday night, tomorrow, I'm going to put my clothes in here because I don't have movers move my clothes. I just take them up myself. So I will take all my clothes up there and a couple of other things with me to put in the new apartments before I come back to the old apartment and finish up packing as much as possible. And those are the plans for this week. This is a pretty long video. I'm only concerned about long videos because I have other clips on here and I will still need to upload videos. So I'm gonna get off here now. And I feel like I'm forgetting to say something that I wanted to say. There's been so much going on. I'm sure I am forgetting something. I'll come back on for sure if I remember something that I really wanted to put on here. Right. Hello. I know this is terrible lighting because it's so dark because it is, well, it's Monday, September 30th and it is 4:30 in the morning and I am headed to the furthest away gym that I typically go to. So I have no idea when these videos are going to see the light of day. I started editing a video that's been I don't know. It's like my 11 or 10 week video, I think. 10 weeks out video, and I'm on 8 weeks out right now, or 9 weeks out. No, maybe it's my 11 weeks and I'm out 10. I don't know. It's one where I'm past due, like by a couple of weeks. So it's been going on. I have been busy, of course, working at the gym, and it's not really moving day. Today I'm going to pick up the keys at the new apartment this morning. And I have all my clothes, most of my clothes loaded in my car. I'm gonna take those into the apartment and come back. I'll probably grab my daughter and granddaughter and take them over there really quick as long as they're ready so she can kind of see what it looks like, the apartment looks like. And then we'll come back and I just have a lot of packing to do. So moving day is tomorrow. Tomorrow is moving day. The movers are coming, and so today is just a mad dash I've done some packing, but it's a mad dash to get everything packed up, like packing up like we're just not even going to be spending the night there tonight. Which is a possibility. We don't have to spend the night there tonight. But I will, because I need my bed. But yeah, I got to take my mattress off. I got to dismantle my bed. All of that stuff. Just throw everything in boxes. That's my plan. So I have been awake since probably 2 a.m. I can't sleep in the mornings, you guys. I cannot stay asleep. I was so dead tired last night. I decided at 7 that I need to go to bed. And I forgot to do restorative yoga on Friday. I think I said this in another video I recorded. I don't know. But I was going to do it last night, and then I thought, I can't. It's too tiring. It takes 30 minutes. Restorative yoga is tiring, right? It's not tiring. It's just that I was tired. Too tired. And so I have to, at this point, I have to get stuff done in the morning, in the first half of the day. Or I just can't get that much done. Because I'm going to bed very early, and then I'm waking up very early. I'm not getting much sleep. My weight was up again today, 120, I think 124.6. Yeah, I think it was 124.3 yesterday. I'm doing everything I need. I'm doing everything that I need to do. I'm not skipping workouts. Yoga was the only thing. So I'm sticking to my macros. I mean, I think I'm doing a very good job for having, again, granted I'm off for my full-time job. I've been off since Friday, but, worked at the gym 5 to 8 a.m. on Friday, worked at the gym again 2 to 8 p.m. on Saturday, and then back at the gym for 8 to 2 shift yesterday. And, I don't know. So I have been talking to my coach about how I haven't felt like I'm in prep because of the reverse diet. And yesterday, a switch kind of flipped in my head, and I was thinking, yeah, I'm in prep. Maybe I feel like I'm in prep now because I have that, like, I have that feeling of like I don't have that much energy, right? Even though my weight's been going up, it's just holding on to water because my sleep has been shit. It's been like less than 5 hours. Even my Fitbit's like, my sleep score, I think my sleep score out of 100 was 68 today. It was 69 yesterday. That's not good. I mean, it's typically in the 80s. Maybe it is a perimenopause thing. It could be that. I mean, who knows at this point? Who just, I don't know. Anyways, so I did my check-ins this morning. I just decided to get up. I'm eating earlier and earlier, but I'm getting up and doing things earlier and earlier. Unfortunately, for coffee, that means I've already had my coffee at 4 a.m. and then I already decided to do another one with, this is half. It's like 1 teaspoon of regular coffee and 1 teaspoon of decaf. That's 75% of my caffeine for the day, and it's before 5 a.m. But I'm gonna need it to do this leg workout, quad focused, quads and calves, and then 15 minutes of cardio. I did not do stomach vacuums today because I was hungry. I just wanted to eat. And I was not in a very good mood. I just went ahead and I did 3 videos, I think, of posing to do check-ins, and I ended up, sometimes I do more than that, but I didn't spend very much time worrying about what they look like, honestly. I'm like, just get them out there. I'm hoping that my coach is staying safe. She lives in Florida, so, you know, you got this Hurricane Helene thing. All this damage is absolutely horrible, and so I hope, you know, of course, that she is staying safe. Anyways, I just did a quick, I was, again, not in a great mood, but I got it done, and I just wanted to go ahead and eat my pre-workout meal, and as soon as I started putting that meal together, I immediately got in a better mood. It was kind of crazy. Well, anyhow, I've been good. Not that these things are, right now I am just stressed out and whatever, like, because of the move and everything going on. It's costing money. I'm just kind of frazzled with everything. But that I do feel like I'm in prep. You know, I'm enjoying the kind of the fun foods this week, which aren't bad foods. They're not bad foods that I'm eating, but like I'll have to cut out the dairy and stuff starting at 8 weeks out, which will be this Saturday. And yeah, just kind of dialing things back, less spices, things like that. So I'm just enjoying, but I would not mind switching to eating all of that food today, but I want to make sure that I take advantage of eating what I can, right? And again, I'm not talking about bad stuff. I'm talking about like yogurt, like Greek yogurt. I've been having 3/4 cup of Greek yogurt, and I have to cut out dairy, so that kind of stuff. The cheese that I'm in love with, the vegan cheese, it has, the ingredients are fine, except that it has those seed oils in it that Coach says can cause inflammation. I don't want to, I got enough stress going on that could be affecting my body and my physique, so I don't want to mess with that. So I will finish off what I have of that with my little pizzas, and then I won't be having that anymore during prep. So yeah, I'm just waiting to again until Saturday to dial it back. On the funner foods, I guess you could say, the reason I'm going to this gym, for one thing, the one I typically go to doesn't open until 5 a.m. And then they don't have a lying leg curl, so I have to go to a different gym to finish the workout out. The gym I typically go to also does not, it's 24 hours, it's at any time, but it also does not have a lying leg curl machine. So instead, this is why I'm coming to the farther out anytime, because it's open 24 hours and they have all the equipment that I need. I just figured it would be easier. Less frustrating, probably more time saving than have to take that break, you know, in the middle of the workout. So yeah, again, didn't do stomach vacuums. I just wanted to eat. I don't know. Schedule's getting earlier and earlier, which I suppose isn't a bad thing. It's just that I'm not getting enough sleep again. What I need to do is not be waking up at 1:30 or 2 a.m. I need to be going to bed at 8 like I like to do, and then getting up and not waking up till like 3:30 or 4. That's what needs to be happening. Maybe we'll get there. I don't know. So yeah, I am here at the gym. I don't think I have a lot to say today. I don't know. Today's gonna be go. Done with this workout, back to the house, eat my breakfast. When it gets to be 8 a.m. or so, I'm gonna throw some more stuff in my car that I want to take up to the other apartment. Namely, it's stuff that I don't want to get messed up, but also a couple of things that I have accumulated since I've been in this apartment. So I only have so many boxes that I have that I use to move my stuff in, and I don't know if it's gonna fit. So one thing I'm taking with me is my creamy, because it just sits on the countertop, and I don't have the box for it anymore, and I don't think that I will have room in any of the boxes for it. So I'm gonna put that in my car, and I'm gonna take it into the new apartment and just leave it on the counter, so that'll be good. And yeah, I'm very sorry, and you're not going to see this for a while, but I am very sorry that I am behind on my videos. So I'll get back into it once things settle. It's going to be a week. It's going to be a week before things start settling. So I don't know, but I'm just going to try and hang in there, do the best that I can, not worry about what's going on. And again, I am thankfully dialed in mentally to being in prep. I almost quit last night, but that's nothing new. My energy gets low at night, and I quit all the time at night. And then I'm okay in the morning, which is what's happening right now. So yeah. So doing this, gonna do all that, and just the whole day again, like I said, of packing, like we are just not coming back to this apartment. So hopefully I have everything done and let the movers get most of everything moved out for me. So I'm paying them, so I don't have to do it. All right, y'all, wherever you are, I hope you're having a good day. Probably not your Monday. Oh, it could be your Monday. If it's not, if it is, happy Monday. If it's some other day, happy whatever day it is for you. All right, guys, I will see you later. All right, I'm back. It's about 5 minutes later. I was finishing my coffee, and I just realized this is not the workout that I need to do here. I have the one with lying leg curl tomorrow, which I think I'm moving into Wednesday, and so I can do foam rolling tomorrow, so I have less to do on actual moving day. Today is quads and calves, so I didn't actually need to come here, but I can do this workout here. So I just want to say that. I have so much going on in my head. That is I can't even blame prep brain at this point. I just have too much going on. But I want to come on here and clarify that. Just now realized I did not need to come to this gym today, but I'm here now, so I'm going to go in here for real. Bye. Okay, so that's going to do it for this vlog, you guys. I had a bunch of moving in the next few days, and I didn't do really any recording except for a big update video, and I will have that video posted as soon as possible. So thank you for watching again. I really appreciate y'all, and please come back if you like to see what's going on with me next.